This for my warriors worldwide. Say it with me. Black lives matter. The struggle's real, and the movement is moving. Black Rolling Stones. Support those that support you.
We live in a world that ain't equal. We kill and destroy our own people. Skin color, race is all we see though. Living in a world that only be the same though.
What's up, everybody? Alright, this is my guest. This is Mr. Alex Wright. Good friend of mine. I don't want to kill their name, so I know Ryan Whitney. Alright, let's give it up for Ryan Whitney. That's alright. Little Mama's on the way. She should be here any minute now, so soon. I first want to start with just myself personally. I've been in the business, the entertainment business, since I was a baby. I literally got my first job when I was 3 weeks old doing a Canon camera ad. And now, 26 years later, here I am. I think ever since I was younger, I never really understood what it was that I was doing. It was kind of something that was just thrust upon me, something that I was put into. And as I got older, I really started understanding what my job was. And one thing that I'm big on is I like using certain things, or certain publicity, or certain exposure that I have as a catalyst for other things. So aside from acting, I own businesses, restaurants. I have my own acting school. I flip homes and things of that nature. But I'm very big on entrepreneurship, just because when you're not on set, you're an unemployed actor. You know, if your album isn't coming out, you're pretty much an unemployed singer. If you're not directing or producing a new project, you're unemployed. That's the reality of what we do. And nothing in this world is promised. Only life, only birth and death. That's the only thing that's promised to you. So for me personally, I've seen too many people in certain positions to where they had fame or money or notoriety, and they did nothing with it. You know, too many NBA players, too many sports athletes, too many actors, musicians that started, came out, was very successful, and then before you know it, here they are out of the door with no money opportunities. So for me, myself, I really, and with my father's guidance, I really use my so-called fame as a launching platform for other things. Through that, I have had a 26-year career in the entertainment field, and I've also been successful in other endeavors. I'm going to tell you a little story about me though. I am an actor that never wanted to be an actor because I never chose it. Like I said, it was almost like going to school and brushing your teeth. When you're doing something since you're a baby, you didn't make the decision to do that. You just grow up knowing that I have to do it. Kind of like going to school. But when I got to a certain point, other things started coming to my interest. You know, started being on my mind. One of the things that I feel is that God gives us many talents, and some people don't explore what the realm of their talents are. So you could have been a great golfer, but if you never picked up the club, you'll never know that you was blessed with that gift. You know, so for me, I've always wanted to try other things. And one of the things that I ended up trying after I applied and was accepted to Fordham in Columbia for drama was early child education. My mom was a teacher, she's been an educator for 30 years. And it's something I always wanted to do, so I reapplied for that. I was accepted, and unfortunately, every time I tried to start, it was another movie, another project, and I was never able to. So one day, my agent was like, "Mark, you want to be a teacher, right? How about you teach acting?" And I was like, that makes sense, you know? So they had actually got me an offer at New York Film Academy teaching like a little program on the side. And honestly, I saw the prices and I was like, dang, there are a lot of people out there that have the talent, but don't necessarily have the funds or the means of paying that to work on their craft and to be seen or noticed by somebody. And what if that was me? You know, what if I could have been a great actor, but since my parents couldn't afford a school, I was never able to reach my potential. So that and a mixture of doing what I like, I said, you know what, I'm gonna be my own boss. I'm gonna start acting school. I'm gonna make it affordable for people that have the talent, have the desire, but don't have the money. And I started MJJ Acting Academy, and through helping people, I realized that acting isn't enough. You know, there's people with other dreams, there's people with other aspirations, and they don't have any guidance out there. And one of the things that we have a privilege that we don't even realize is that we live in a big city. Instagram, Facebook, the internet, everything is at our disposal. You could look up an acting school right now and get taught by somebody that taught Will Smith or Jodie Foster. But then you have people in smaller states and smaller communities that they don't have that same accessibility. So it came to mind of doing a tour where we go into different smaller cities and communities and we teach people that don't necessarily have that outlet a way to start their career, a way to start their acting career, their music career, or just giving them knowledge on how to become an entrepreneur, how to start something with themselves. So it kind of became an economic empowerment type of pursuit. And that's pretty much what the tour is. This is the launch of it all. Don't drink too much wine, because y'all gotta make sure y'all get us in the shot. We don't want pictures of him over there. I'm really glad that everybody was able to come out. I'm glad you guys supported, and this is the start of something big. So if I could have somebody come up here and read the bios of our special panelists, because there's a few names in here that I don't want to murder.
I'm Kyle, a former commercial director. Alice B. Wright has worked on over 65 national commercials as a writer-producer, including 3 Super Bowl spots, 5 motion pictures, and 1 episode television program. Author of How to Get and Keep a Good Man. I need to read that book. How to Get and Keep a Good Man, and producer and production manager of several television programs and documentaries, including The Mean Streets, hosted by Judge Greg Mathis, If God Is Willing, and the Creek Don't Rise, directed by Spike Lee, Nike Basketball, This World Is Watching, directed by Rick Corderio, and the webisode series for Boost Mobile featuring Carmelo Anthony, directed by Spike Lee. Everyone give a round of applause for Alice B. Wright.
She was there what I didn't want to do. She said like 7 names that's not on the paper. But we want to skip over that. And that bio is old. But the new movie that he has coming out is The Lucky Guy, starring myself and Angela Simmons and Tessa. How you say Tessa Gorin. That movie's gonna be dope. So make sure y'all check that out. The Lucky Guy. All right.
Yes.
Yeah. Back to
Really, Mark? You just gonna call me? You just gonna throw me up under that bus? They didn't know I'm that stuff.
I didn't want to look like I can't read.
But I sounded good when I read it. I did it like I didn't mess it up. Like I knew it. Thank you. Okay, Ryan Whitney. Okay, Ryan Whitney are a husband and wife songwriting and performing duo from Illinois. They had an opportunity to travel the world as supporting vocalists for some of today's biggest artists, such as Alicia Keys, Estelle, and Chrisette Michelle. And they do it side by side. They were recently contestants on season 11 of America's Got Talent, and they hope their journey of marriage and music will inspire, uplift, and encourage the world. Representing Chicago and Champaign, Illinois, by way of Brooklyn, New York, please show some love for Ryan Whitney.
I always saw him wearing it, and I thought that he owned it. So then when I found out he didn't, I told one of my friends, find the guy who owns that, let's buy it next time.
That's awesome.
Very good. I was fortunate enough to open up a store. We make most of the stuff in the back. I just love creative, so it's a way for me to continue to be creative. You know, it's fun, I enjoy it.
Awesome. Their experience working with Dave Franco and Emma Roberts and Nerve, because I actually enjoyed the movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was dope. I worked with Emma more than Dave because I played Emma's friend in the movie, so I was around her more on set. But they're kind of like me. Like when I'm on set, I kind of go into my zone certain times, and other times I may be a little bit more friendly and outgoing. I'm always a nice dude, easy to work with, but I'm not so sociable sometimes, you know, so you're there for a job. And one thing that I used to do on set a lot was clown around when I was younger. And then when I was on the set of Haunted Mansion, Eddie Murphy, he was just watching me clown around one day, and he pulled me to the side and he was like, you know what, it's a shame you're so talented, but you don't know how to take yourself seriously. Imagine what you could do if you know how to act right and do your job. And I was like, yeah, my father, but he was right, you know, and then after that, I realized that even if I don't need a certain process in order to get into character, it's still professionalism. You know, if a person at a car dealership can sell you a car and tell you everything about the car, but before you walk up, they're on their phone, on Instagram, showing videos, laughing and joking, they're not even going to approach them just because of the way they carry themselves, you know, so package and presentation is just as important as the quality of your work. So I kind of started focusing on that more, and now when I'm on set, I don't look to mingle as much, I just look to do work. On the Lucky Guy was hard, because this dude, he came to my class one day, he said, yo, I like what you do, you're great, I like the way you speak, I'm gonna give you a job starring in my movie. And I was like, who is this dude? He had some tall model with him, I'm like, who is this guy? But me, I'm the type of person that if a person takes the time out of their day to relay something to you or tell you that they want to work with you or acknowledge you in any way, it's your job to give them that respect back. You know, so I was looking at him funny, and then I was like, all right, cool, let's do it. So he sent me the project, we became friends, we started working on set, I was showing up 45 minutes late, he would chew me out every now and then, but we got it done, so you know, but yeah, Nerve was dope, it was a nice movie. Now I'm ready for the next big one. That's like the children's recital where they singing and you know they're doing bad, but you can clap anyway. I don't need sympathy claps. He started it too. I saw you started.
And he was way more than 45 minutes late.
Yeah,
but he did do his thing. He was always ready. He was always ready.
Being so young, starting off in the game, are you going to take time out to start family time?
No. I mean, I feel that family's going to happen. You know, when you meet somebody and you love them and you want to take that step, a family happens whether you're busy or not. Because if a person catches your attention in that way, you'll find a way to fit them in. You know, and that's one of the things that I kind of struggle with for a long time is prioritizing. Sometimes when you're pursuing so many things, you're just all over the place, but once you prioritize, it's easier to reach certain goals. But one thing about love is that you can't ignore it, you know, you can't deny it. So a family will happen when the time is right. And I'll still be on set, and my wife is going to be on set with me, and my father is going to be on set with me, and my mom hopefully, you know, so it's like, it's one of those things I'm not even worried about that.
Mark, we have a question back here.
Who said that?
Gia.
Oh, okay. I'm like, who's got a mic? Who got your own mic?
Very own microphone. Hi, nice to meet you. I just had a question to both of you, or all of you, about the empowerment aspect of the tour. What are the main concepts that you're trying to tell, like, put in people's minds so that they can have that economic freedom, so that they're building something that's long-lasting?
I think for me, growing up in an urban area, you see so much talent wasted. A lot of times it's wasted because of lack of resources. Sometimes it's just wasted because of lack of confidence. A lot of people have what it takes, but don't know how to put what it takes into motion. And it just gets lost. So we have, from mathematicians to filmmakers to photographers to actors to businessmen, they're all over urban areas, but they're not empowered to succeed in their gifts. So we want to make sure that we're a resource for them, so they can learn what it takes to empower themselves for their gifts, and the people around them can help empower them. You know, believing in yourself and believing in people makes things happen. You know, faith is not just exclusive for God. That's true. Faith is exclusive for getting things done. So you need to have faith in God, but you also need to have faith in the people that you're around.
That's right.
And support them and make sure they succeed. And we want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to at least hear that and do something with it.
One thing for me is that I realized, and this is not to put color on anything, but in certain communities, children aren't given or taught the same opportunities. You know, like I have friends that grew up in better environments and they're learning how to invest and things like that at 10, 11 years old. But then when you go to schools like my mom, she teaches in the Bronx. When you go to my mom's school, the 10, 11-year-olds are still doing multiplication and stuff, and they're learning how to work for somebody, you know? And I feel that a lot of times, people in certain communities, they grow up with realistic dreams but unrealistic ways of obtaining them. So they know what they want to do because they've seen it on TV, but they don't know the steps that that person took to get there. They hear the dude on the radio that's the next big sensation, but don't realize he's been doing this for 8 years and nobody knew who he was. They see an actor in a new project, but they don't know the work that goes into it. So I feel that giving people and teaching people certain things, as far as information goes, it gives them a more realistic way of achieving their dreams, and it helps them to identify if they wouldn't even go through that. You know, like some people think that to become a basketball player, all it takes is killing in a tournament and automatically you're gonna be on the Knicks. No, these people are prodigy. Like they were playing ball since they were 5. And went to school and went D1 and was training every day in the gym. And then they came and cooked you in the tournament and they went to the Knicks. You know, so for me, I really feel that I want to kind of pinpoint and target giving people very easy, understood ways that they can achieve certain goals and dreams that they have. You know, because that's just something that's missing in a lot of communities.
Yeah, I didn't write this down? No. Right now I'm looking at a lot of fresh on gas. Yeah, look on this little. Wow. You have a great day, Mr. Turner. Hey, Turner, we love you, but I ain't want no ass work.
She the job.
She does what she has to do. Same as me.
Yeah, I was about your age when my mom died.
Carter, we got the track, short bill, just W25, all stable. With no Netflix and social work counselor.
He's just smart but I'm good. Police, he's an emails off right back. You know what happened last year? Tony Ramsey, the biggest dude at my school.